Hi, you are watching Mintchip LOL. I'm Mintchip, you're you, and today we're going to be talking about MMO news. What? Hey guys, welcome to the show. Today I'm going to be talking about a little bit of stuff, so let's get right into it. Got a few updates for you. This week's been really rough. So hopefully this video isn't too short or too long, not sure. So let's get right into it. Yeah. This week in WildStar news, NCSoft unveiled a new hype video to show what the game was about.
Nexus has just been discovered, and things are about to get real. Welcome to WildStar.
Looks pretty cool. For those of you who haven't checked it out, you should. There's a link down below. The game looks pretty cool. I thought the player housing and war plots looked really neat. There are 8 classes or professions. I think they call them paths. Oh, no, wait. 8 races, 4 paths at the moment, but they think they said something about there being 6 coming up, and right now there's only 6 races out right now, but there's going to be 8 when the game comes out.
On one side, you've got the Exiles, a motley crew of refugees, outlaws, and mercenaries. On the other, the Dominion, a powerful interstellar empire that prides itself on kicking ass.
It's dual faction. It's like Dominion and Exiles. They say that there's a lot of things that's going to be coming out with the game that we should be able to enjoy, such as like raids, battlegrounds. Whoa, I don't know actually battlegrounds. Raids, dungeons, PvP, stuff like that. The war plots look really neato. Like, I think that would be really cool. And it's neat to have that sort of coming out in a game right away. A lot of times, player housing and these sort of like war plots or the equivalent come out later, sort of as like an afterthought or a feature that's going to be, added into the game at a later time. So I'm really interested to see, like, if it's really an integral thing to the game or if this is just like, I don't know. I'm really hoping that the game I'm really hoping that the game does well or that the game is really well made. NCSoft really hasn't been too much of a disappointment, obviously. They were a big part in Guild Wars and Aeon and all of those, so pretty excited. Seems like the game has a lot to do with discovering and exploring Nexus, which is this planet. And I covered this before, obviously I cover all of these games, but before I talked about how Nexus had these people that lived on the planet that were extremely advanced sci-fi wise or whatever. Science fiction wise, that's not what I mean.
Oh yeah. Face off against dangerous alien organisms, killer robots, and savage natives, using skill, movement, and some old-fashioned backbone to smash your enemies to smithereens. Whether your arsenal is big guns and bullets or supercharged magical spells, you'll be cracking skulls and making corpses in no time.
Nexus was inhabited by a very technologically advanced species that just seemed to have disappeared. And so I guess these 2 factions are coming onto the planet, exploring it, and the like. I really do like the mystery of it, like how you don't know why these people left the planet, what happened to them, that sort of thing. That's pretty cool in a kind of a lore of a game, because it feels like you're discovering it just as like the characters or the main things of the game that perpetuate the plot are also discovering it. Kind of cool. I originally thought that this game was for children because the art style is really unique. It's very cartoony. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like World of Warcraft, but it's a little bit more colorful. I'm not sure if it's necessarily more colorful than World of Warcraft. It's definitely a different kind of style, but it has that same sort of, very colorful, very attractive, very like not engaging, but like eye-catching is what I'm trying to say. So I thought it was for kids, but then when I watched the video, the guy was like, this is getting effing real, and I was just like, children okay, this is for adults. So I don't know if that was something that I just misunderstood, or if they like sort of changed gears a little bit because they didn't think that it would be a really good children's game, or I was just completely out of the loop and am dumb. Who knows? Okay, next up I'm going to talk a little bit about Hearthstone.
Let's just have fun!
Hearthstone, Heroes of Warcraft.
Hearthstone, whichever way you want to say it. I say Hearthstone usually, or Hearth. I don't know what I said or say. But Hearthstone is this new like digital card game, trading card game, kind of like Magic the Gathering that Blizzard's coming out with, that is free to play, but you buy the cards and stuff. And I think they basically just opened up the beta signups for you right now. Unfortunately, it is North America only, so Europeans and stuff and South Americans won't be able to try it at the moment, but they are saying that in the future that they will be having that, obviously, since they are sort of like an international company. One of the other things that I thought was kind of cool is that they plan to have this as a game not only for Windows, but also for like your iPad or I'm assuming Android phones. That's cool, I guess. I mean, I'm not really into the trading card games, but like Magic the Gathering is a huge deal. Like people really like that. So I'm wondering if they're kind of tapping into a currently like a sort of non-mainstreamed genre of game, which could be really good. I mean, I see a lot of my friends like on Steam and stuff playing Magic the Gathering, so I'm wondering how popular it really is. And I know that if Blizzard gets behind it, it's usually going to be an insane experience, or at least very popular because of their the amount of people they're able to touch and advertise to at any moment. So yeah, so the Neverwinter beta was this weekend, the March 22nd. You were able to play to the level cap of level 50, and last week you could play the Control Wizard, and then this one was the Greater Weapon Fighter class. And I have not played it, so I don't really know what that even means, but I'm really excited for this game, and I know a lot of you guys are. For those who don't know, Neverwinter is a game that's based on Dungeons and Dragons. And so I was actually looking through a lot of the races and all of the information that I could about Neverwinter beta, or the Neverwinter game, and it just seems like it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, so those of you who are playing the beta, please let me know what you guys think of the game. Is it turning out how you like it? Is it kind of sucky? What's going on there? And because of last week you could play the Control Wizard, we have exclusive gameplay footage of the Control Wizard, so if you haven't been able to touch the beta or play those things, you can go check it out on F2P.com and see those in action. Aha! Star Trek Online news. Holy cow. Star Trek Online unveiled their Legacy of Romulus update. Now, this is the largest expansion to date for this game, which is really great. I have not played this game. I love how, like, every game I'm saying right now, I haven't played it. This is not in a beta. This game's been out for quite some time, so obviously those ones before where I'm saying I'm not playing, like, you can kind of understand because they're betas and maybe, you know, I'm not into it yet. But this one has been out and I haven't played it. And I'm a huge Star Trek fan. Like, I grew up watching Star Trek. A while back, I wanted to play the Star Trek Online game, but then there were like really bad screenshots of it and there's a lot of like problems with the game, and I'm pretty sure they probably updated all of that. So if you do play that game, please let me know. What I do like about Star Trek Online is that you can pay to play, or I'm sorry, it's like a free-to-play option, but then you also can subscribe and get everything, so I really like that. If you guys are interested in hearing more about the Legacy of Romulus, you can check out the video and pictures that they were that have released again on F2P.com. And if you want something to play this week, Digital Extremes has announced their open beta of Warframe, which is a co-op game. I think it's a first-person shooter. Nope, lied. It's a co-op action game. There's a lot of new content with this open beta, so you should check it out and let me know what you think. And finally, Area Games announced Soldier Front 2. They have a new cinematic trailer. It looks like it's an FPS game, but what was really interesting about it is they mentioned there was going to be some MOBA-style zones or modes, which I'm a little interested to see what that's about, like how that would be implemented. I don't know. Might be kind of cool. But yeah, so if you want to go ahead and check out that cinematic trailer and see what they say over there, please do so. Link down below. And last week I asked you what your favorite superpower would be. If you could pick a superpower, what would it be and why, and to explain in the most creative and one responses that I enjoyed. Well, these are my favorites. And this week I have a question to you, My question is about Hearthstone. Do you think that there is a market for this? What do you think Blizzard's going to do to it? What is basically your opinion on it? The most creative and provocative responses that you leave will hopefully be featured in the next episode. And for the most part, for me at least, if I were to answer that question, I would say that it must. It's not necessarily maybe something that I would play, but who knows, it might actually get me into it, because I know that Magic the Gathering and those types of games have had a long following for a really long time, and it just seems very complicated and difficult to get into. And then when something like Blizzard would start something up, it might be easier to get into, you know? And so it might just really bring in a lot of people. But anyway, what's your thoughts? And yeah, so I will talk to you guys next week. I hope you enjoyed this. See you next Monday. I have been Mintchip. You have been you. Be sure to subscribe, and you can follow me on Twitter at MintchipLOL. I will talk to you later. Bye! And finally, Area Games announced Soldier Front 2. And I said that right, even though I was not sure I was going to say it right, but then I did. This is going to go into bloopers. Alright.